Konnichiwa, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to talk about effective first impressions in sales. Za eigyo desu. Sore de wa ikimashou. So let's get going. This is the 5th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is Chic Central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and now my new book in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 298. Today, we're talking about you have 3 seconds for an effective first impression in sales. In our presentation training classes, we asked the participants, how long does it take for you to make a judgment about someone you are meeting for the first time? How about you? How long do you take to make a judgment about someone you're meeting for the first time? It used to be people in our classes would say 30 seconds, others would say up to a couple of minutes. Today, the answers are now down to 3 seconds. What does that mean for us in sales? We have such a small window to make that good first impression, but are we prepared? However, are you planning your first impression, or are you leaving it to random chance? Let's work on a couple of areas to help build that excellent first impression. Visual. Number 1. Dress for success, because we make 100% of our assumptions about your professionalism, reliability, and trustworthiness based on how you look before we even talk with you. Dr. Albert Mehrabian's research showed that we need what we say to match up with how we are saying it to grab people's attention with our words. When people see us for the first time, all they have to go on is what they see in front of them. What does that mean? Let's use this checklist of things not to do. It is hard to argue you are reliable around the quality of your solution when your shoes are scuffed. They need to be polished to a mirror sheen. The same thing goes for food stains on your clothes that obviously have not been dry cleaned. You want to seem professional, but your hair is messy and your clothes don't fit well anymore because you've put on some weight. For men, I often see an old-looking pants belt that should be replaced, or it is brown in colour when they are wearing black shoes. Is this hard to get right? What about when that tie knot is loose and not tight against the collar? Are you really telling me you are great with your attention to detail when you look like this? Number 2, when we meet people, smile first and then bow. That smile says, I'm not anxious, in a hurry, or nervous, but instead I am confident and professional even before we've exchanged one word in conversation. Number 3, make initial eye contact when you first see the client, but for no longer than 6 seconds. Japan has some distinct cultural perspectives on making eye contact. For a salesperson to make continual eye contact with a buyer may make them feel uncomfortable. Nevertheless, make 6 seconds of eye contact at the very start to form a solid first impression of confidence. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Now, our show today is being brought to you by, on the 12th of July, we'll be doing previews on our courses. 23rd of July, we'll be doing another in our professional ongoing education series. 27th of July, we are doing the Dale Carnegie course, wonderful program, self-confidence, communication, leadership, people skills, stress management, wraps it all up into one fantastic program. This is the flagship program for Dale Carnegie. On the 28th of July, we'll be doing high-impact presentations, main modules delivered over 2 days, phenomenal program. Come in one end, go out the other end, totally changed. Totally changed. It is unbelievable how much progress people make in such a short space of time. Definitely something that you want to be making advantage of if you need to be persuasive in business. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. And they're all available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Okay, now let's look at vocal. Number 1, having a friendly tone of voice sounds obvious, but often salespeople get stuck with a business-like voice, which doesn't sound friendly. Also, don't mumble. Speak with a lifeless voice quality. Be too soft or too loud. Number 2, use their name immediately, but don't go crazy and overdo it thereafter. We like the sound of our own name, and so dropping it into the conversation, especially at the start, will be welcomed. Number 3, start with an insightful remark that gets them talking as soon as possible about their business. We might feel nervous and think we have to carry the conversation, but that is not the case. Get them telling you about themselves or the company so that you can relax and just gauge what type of personality type they are so you know how to interact with them. Are they big picture or detailed in orientation? Are they assertive or rather quiet? By the way, if there is something new in their office environment, don't just say it is new. They know that. Ask if this new thing has had any impact on their business or their staff or their customers, etc. When we meet the buyer, the ratio should be 80% of the time the client is talking and we are taking up the rest. If you find yourself waffling on too much, then shut up and ask a question to get the spotlight back on them. They have all the answers we need. So, particularly at the initial meeting, we want them to tell us what their issues are so that we can plumb the angle we will need to come back at in order to fix their problems. These are some things to think about when first meeting buyers. Remember, don't just walk in off the street and simply leave first impressions to luck or chance. Plan them carefully every time for maximum effectiveness. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.